Hey guys, Caroline here. Today I'm going to talk to you about that one word that if you overuse can break your relationship. So earlier I asked you guys a question and thank you so much for everybody that responded. That word actually has 3 letters. So it is the one word that we tend to overuse when we communicate with somebody when we're upset, when the emotions are high. However, it is a word to be used with caution when we feel emotional because we don't get our point across when we overuse it. So stay tuned to hear what that one word is. But for now, let me ask you a question. Do you remember the last time you were upset and you communicated with someone while you were upset? Do you remember what you said to the other person? And do you remember what the reaction was? And unless you are someone that has done a bit of training in emotional intelligence or in communication, chances are you overuse that word. And that word is you. That's right, it is you. When we are emotional, when we are upset, we tend to use the word you. You did this because of you. I feel upset. And think about the perspective of the other person when they hear this. When they hear because of you, I am upset. What do you think is their reaction when they hear that? Yes, that's right. They get defensive because they hear this as an accusation, blame and accusation. And when people hear blame and accusation, they tend to close off. They are not open to communication when they feel attacked. So therefore, when you use you, they don't hear what you say. They hear attack, blame and accusation, and therefore they shut down the communication. Emotions communicate louder than words. So when we communicate with someone while we are emotional, while we are upset, they don't hear what we say. They hear emotions, upset, blame and accusation. So therefore, my recommendation to you is avoid using the word you. Speak from your perspective. So if you're the one that is being upset and you want to communicate with someone, say to the person, when I see you do this, I feel. Or when I hear this, I feel. So therefore, you speak from your perspective. You're not accusing them of upsetting you. You are stating a fact. When you hear this, you feel upset. And no one can accuse you of not being able to feel upset, because that is your reality. And you have the right to feel upset. If you, on the other hand, are the person that is communicating with someone who is upset and you hear this blame and accusation, the best thing to do is not try to calm them down by saying, oh, you shouldn't feel that way. Because when you do this, you're actually telling them you shouldn't feel upset. And people don't like that. When they're upset, they want to be heard. And if you tell them they shouldn't be upset, you're telling them, well, you shouldn't feel this way. And you're not acknowledging them. And therefore, the emotion wants to be heard and will try to speak louder. And we all have experiences like this when we are communicating with someone who is upset. The more you try to tell them they shouldn't be upset, the more they communicate to you how upset they are. So the best thing to do when you communicate with someone who is upset is to hear them out. So I feel that you are upset. Can you tell me more about it? Can you explain to me what I did that got you upset? And when you do that, you are actually helping them release the emotion, and you are getting them out of the emotional brain and into the rational brain where language is. And when you do that, you're helping them process the emotion. They process the emotion while speaking it out. So do that next time when you deal with someone who's upset. Don't tell them they shouldn't be upset. Instead, hear them out, give them space to express their emotion. And when you do that, they'll be grateful. And then they will come and tell you that you are a great, great listener. And if you are the person that is upset, avoid using the word you. Avoid saying sentences that can convey blame and accusation, because when you do that, people don't listen. People don't like to be accused. So when you are upset, you can either express that you are upset. When I see you do that, I feel upset. Or when I hear that, I feel upset. Or you can say, right now I'm not in a good disposition to communicate. I feel very upset. So why don't we take a break, and then we can resume this communication at a later time. It is very important, guys, to not use blame and accusation when you communicate, no matter how intense your emotion is, no matter how upset you are, because we can severely damage a relationship when we blame people. And you know, relationships are precious, so take good care of them. If you are not in a good disposition to have a communication because you're upset, don't have the communication unless you learn how to process your own emotion, and unless you learn good communication skills. Don't have that communication, come back later. Alright guys, so that's it for me for today. Let me know what you think of these tips, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.